25 kills, 150 attempts, 26 errors, 193. Defensively, 18 digs for Lilo Lazerla, and for Midland, 12 digs lead the way for Caitlin Simon and also for Sydney Morehouse. So Mama Deanne is going to enjoy that one. Dina, that's what it is. So Dina, enjoy the exploits of this fifth set. It's one of the most exciting events in sports. As we go to 15, we will switch sides at the 8-point mark. And at the end of this mayhem, there will be one more blank filled in for tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Can Midland pull the improbable comeback after dropping the first two sets to the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders? We will find out in a matter of minutes. Peyton Johnson will serve first for the Blue Raiders. The quick set tipped into the net by Priscilla O'Dowd, and Lindsey Wilson celebrates the point. Peyton Johnston back to serve from Louisville, Kentucky. Johnston from the right corner. Midland does not want to let Lindsey Wilson build up a lead in the short set. O'Dowd gets the slide set, and that's tipped out. Point Lindsey Wilson. That never looked like it had the rhythm that it needed to be successful for Priscilla O'Dowd. And now Midland looking for the side out. Peyton Johnston back to serve. They're playing last year's champion. Here's the set, and that's through the block and down for Maggie Hyatt. 2-1. Midland's on the board with the side out. And Brooke Fredrickson will go back to serve for the Warriors. Warriors on the year 25-7, trying to pick up their biggest win of the year, which would make them 26-7 and send them to Saturday in the national championship. Here's Fredrickson with that high toss. A little bit of a shank, but it goes right to the center. Beautiful swing for Sarah. And back to the attack on the front row for Sobolewska. Swept into the air, and there's an open corner for Lindsey Wilson. 3-1. Lindsey Wilson starts out strong in the fifth set. The defense for Midland got jumbled up around the 10-foot line. That opened up a back line kill target, and it was hit perfectly. Slide set. O'Dowd, a sliding save for Mikelova, and off the block and down for Sobolewska. And Paul Geiselman is ready to call the timeout. You can't let it go too long when you're playing the short game to 15. It's 4-1 out of the gate in the 15. Doing the whole match. So let's go ahead and show our Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders stuff and take care of this pesky Midland team. And back to serve, Autumn Proctor, the setter. Proctor loads it up, shoots the float to the backside, covered by Wecker. Big swing at the net, covered on the swing by O'Dowd. Back to Sarah Cruz, that's covered, and put on the line. That's a big one for Priscilla O'Dowd. She gets the reload and puts it down on the back line. 4-2, Lindsey Wilson up by 2. And back to serve goes Jenny Bear. Bear will try to nudge this a little bit closer here on Friday night. Mikelova takes it out to Cruz, cross court. Beautiful dig over there for Wecker. Bump set by Bear. Fredrickson pushes it over. Ellie Burke is there. Tipped over in the middle by Sobolewska. Quick set, tip behind the block, covered by Lazera. And a miss on the corner for Mikelova. No tip call. And Andy Cavens and his team is used to complaining about calls there as they jumped out thinking there should have been a tip call. 4-3. They didn't get the call that time. Who knows if there actually was a tip? It doesn't matter because the call didn't come. Swept up into the air by Ellie Burke, pushed over on the roll shot, and a collision out there, and put to the floor for the tie for Priscilla O'Dowd. She takes that loose change over the net and puts it down with a cross. We're tied up at 4. Jenny Bear back to serve for the Warriors. And she will take it shanked a little bit. Here's the attack for Sarah Cruz off the top of the block. Nice adjustment on the back row. Back out to Bear. Bear is passed up. And cross court for the kill for Lindsey Wilson. So they give up all of the lead and now retake the lead by 1, 5-4 on that swing from the outside. And DeSouza will go back to serve. She's had some trouble getting the serve in a couple of times tonight. We'll see if that is the problem here or if she calmly knocks it in. So DeSouza fists it back there. Fredrickson is there. Peters sets that outside of O'Dowd. She gets to it somehow. Pushed over behind the block, stabbed into the air by Fredrickson without a lift call. That's amazing. Here's Proctor to the outside. Mikelova gets the kill, and the lead is 2. Klara Mikelova bounces it off the block, and it's 6-4. Lindsey Wilson ahead in the short game. DeSouza back to serve. Lindsey Wilson and Midland still candidates to join the other teams for the semifinal tomorrow. That looked like a double. Swept into the air by Wecker. The quick to O'Dowd. Punched up into the air by Sarah Cruz. Rolled over the top. Everybody playing beautifully right now. The tip covered by DeSouza out to Mikelova. Swept into the air by Fredrickson to the outside. And covered on the Peterson swing. Back row attack for DeSouza to the back line. Morehouse is there, pushed over, off the chest, it's down for Midland. O'Dowd scores and gets the side out, 6-5. Priscilla O'Dowd will move back to serve. Watch the celebrations in the corners when good things happen. That's all part of the fun here at the National Championship. Priscilla O'Dowd loads it up, trying to get the tie. Mikelova, the quick set, on the floor for Sobolewska. 2-point lead for Lindsey Wilson. Gracie Blomstead comes into the game in the middle blocker position for the Blue Raiders. And back to serve, Larzala. Lilo Larzala back to serve, takes it cross court. On target pass to Peters. Outside, Peterson gets dug out. They go behind the aerial on that set, and somehow it's steered inside and pushed to the floor by Morehouse. Morehouse with the kill. Big one there, 7-6. Big smiles to my left from Kurt on that one. And Jess Peters back to serve. The set to the outside to Mikelova, cross court. What a great dig for Russell. Tipped over by Fredrickson. To the backside, Ellie Burke. A reach put down by Blomstead, but covered. Back out to the outside and a miss for Midland. Fredrickson can't dial it in on the attempt for the short court. And at the 8-point mark, these two teams will switch sides to keep it even. And this late night crowd is being treated to quite the match here. We started out with 2 straight for Lindsey Wilson. It looked like it was going to be over quickly, and then Midland dug their heels in the sand and played some really good volleyball, got it into a 2-2 tie. And now Lindsey Wilson with the 8-6 lead. Ellie Burke waits for the signal after the side-switching transition. It's 10-17 here in Sioux City, so we are getting some late-night volleyball at its finest. Midland fighting for their lives, as is Lindsey Wilson, trying to defend their national championship. Peterson to the outside to Fredrickson to the back line, and DeSouza has it. Tipped over by Mikelova, swept over by Morehouse. Quick reactions. Mikelova dug out by Priscilla O'Dowd with a perfect pass. That's through the block and to the floor for Fredrickson. 8-7. Brooke Fredrickson takes the loose change over the net, punishes it to the floor with a tomahawk swing. Nicole Skovsenda back to serve. She has not been in the game for a while. Midland within 1. Might want to get overtime for yours truly on this one. We'll have to check into that. Tipped over by Mikelova, covered. Priscilla O'Dowd sets up the opposite side. The tip over the block, covered. And a net violation called on Midland. 9-7. And they are saying that Maggie Hyatt drifted into the net. She's a 6'2 sophomore right side. And now it's Paul Geiselman's turn to complain about the call. Andy Caven says, see, they're not all good calls. 9-7. Lindsey Wilson leads by 2. Mikelova waits the deal. These two teams have really amped up their abilities here in this 5-set match. Swept into the air by O'Dowd to the other side. Punched through the block and down. Gorgeous play from Maggie Hyatt. Just got the net violation, and now she gets the kill, and it's 9-8. This one may go to 30. And back to serve goes Wecker, Mackenzie Wecker. G-Pack trying to keep a team in the race. And ace ties it up. Mackenzie Wecker. Mikelova ducks out of the way and gives up the ace. And we are tied up at 9. The Warriors have completed the comeback after starting slowly in this short set. Wecker tries it again. Autumn Proctor goes cross court on the kill. Pushed over. One-arm save somehow by Wecker. Pushed back. Everything coming back. The set outside to Jenny Bears on the floor. And Midland with the 10-9 lead. Andy Cavens calls the timeout. Midland, nobody really hitting. Quick to Blomstad. For the sake of my friend up here, 7 kills for Morehouse in 25 swings. She's hitting 120. And for Lindsey Wilson, 16 kills for Paula Soboleska. Boy, Lindsey Wilson's not out of it yet. There's been comebacks on both sides of the net. And Wecker puts it in play. A reach for Mikelova. The quick to Blomstad, covered by Peters. Jenny Bear loads and fires and misses. We're tied up at 10. A little bit too much on that. And Jenny Bear can't find the back line. All 10s on the board. We play until someone wins by 2 or reaches 15 and holds the other team to 13 or less. And back to serve, Peyton Johnston. The quick set. Bear gets the kill off the block and down. There's some adrenaline flowing on both of these teams, and Bear reached back and had her best swing of the night right there as she bombed it off the block for the kill, 11-10. So Midland takes the lead again, 11-10. Hold on, Fremont, Nebraska, and Papillion, Nebraska. Back to serve, Fredrickson tries the corner. What a great play over there by Burke. Swept into the air by Russell. Slide set to O'Dowd, and a stuff block ties it up for Soboleska. We're tied up at 11. O'Dowd got a perfect slide set and just not high enough, and Soboleska cleaned it up at the net. And back to serve goes Autumn Proctor. All scored away at 11 in the 5-set match. Peterson outside. Bear off the block and down again. She has been unstoppable as the block from Lindsey Wilson has leaked out her swings. And Midland leads 12-11. Can they get a 2-point lead here? Jenny Bear back to serve. She's moving off the front line. They're going to have to find another weapon on the front row. And that's going to be covered with a chest shot from Sobolewska. Swept into the air. Free ball over. Peterson has it to the middle and a slam to the floor. We're tied up again. Sobolewska has had the answer. And we are tied up at 12. And DeSouza will come in for Lindsey Wilson. You can cut the tension with a knife here. It is extremely tight. And lots on the line here as one team goes on to play tomorrow. The other is done for the year. DeSouza back to serve. A wrist shot back to Fredrickson. Perfect pass to Peterson. Slide set to O'Dowd. Banged around. It's in the air. Swept out of the net. And Midland has to go back to work. The dump shot is covered, is not covered. And once again, Midland takes the lead. I thought that they got a hand under it, but the deflection went out of the reach of Lilo Larzale. 13-12. Timeout, Andy Cavens. Paul Geiselman celebrates with his team, but they're not done yet. They need 2 more points. 2 sets in a... And back to serve, Priscilla O'Dowd. Lazarli gives up the ace to O'Dowd. Priscilla O'Dowd scores the ace, and it's set point, match point for Midland. The last hope for the G-Pack to move into Saturday play. And Priscilla O'Dowd backs up the serve. Can Lindsey Wilson summon another comeback? A bump set by Proctor to the outside. Mikelova gets bounced up, pushed over. The attack to the outside. Peterson dug out beautifully by the libero. Back to work on the attack. Slide set off the block and down. Midland celebrates. Watch it and enjoy. Fremont, Nebraska. You have just knocked off last year's champion on the last match of the day, and you will play opposite Park tomorrow morning with a chance to win a national championship. Hugs all over the place. Congratulations to both teams in a well-played match. Lots of excitement and adrenaline here, but Midland's Warriors hold on and win it. And they will take their win into tomorrow's match against Park at 11 o'clock right here on Court 2. Let's take a look at our final stats as Midland wins win number 26 of the year. And that's just an awesome win. And the coaching staff and the players salute the supporters here right in front of us. Lindsey Wilson played very well.